Welcome to the Entertainment Rant Podcast, your number one source for all things entertainment. Join host Marco Mazzola and his fellow ranters as they sound off on the latest movies, TV, and the world of entertainment. Now, here are your ranters for the hour, Marco, Mila, Larry, and Bruno.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Entertainment Rants Podcast. I am, as always, your host, Marco Mazzola, and we are going over around the room and talking to the rest of our ranters. Let's say hello to Mila.
Heyo.
And Larry.
Hey.
And no Bruno.
No Bruno.
Womp womp.
Sorry, Fridays are getting, I mean, tonight, these nights are getting tough for him, I think.
Yeah, well, he's down in Rhode Island. His brother's
Wait,
in town.
whatever happened to Sundays?
We gotta get back to our Sundays.
Because the Sundays always worked. Why did we stop doing them?
Sundays were getting tough for
I think what happened was
Larry.
Oh,
was,
yeah.
Don't give me that shit. It was you and all your little trips.
Oh, yeah.
No, time out.
Vacation
time.
No.
No.
You're on vacation a whole
It
month.
was a vacation,
No.
Larry.
You guys continue to do your Fridays without me. So if you could do your Fridays without me, you could have done the Sundays without me while I was on vacation. So the both of you can kiss my ass. The reason why we switched the Sundays is because I think we fell behind on one of the episodes. We needed to catch up.
Yeah.
And we found out that actually doing a Friday isn't so bad because we're already here anyway.
Right.
Although it's always exhausting.
It's very exhausting at the end of
Because
the week.
we're always like, all right, welcome to another. After like a whole long day, it's like,
Welcome to another.
welcome to the entertainment. What are we gonna do? Let's rant.
And that's all we need.
Yeah.
So we are going over Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
Party
Party
time!
time. Excellent.
That's all you get out of me for this fucking movie tonight. Yeah, so you know where I stand on this movie.
Yeah.
Came out in 1992, rated PG-13, running time was 134. This was kind of one of those staples in the 90s. It came from a Saturday Night Live skit, obviously, from Mike Myers and Dana Carvey. I mean, this was like one of the main repeated skits, one of the most popular skits for a long time.
So I did a little deep dive, which we'll go into just a little bit. From the first time it aired, it wasn't like received very well, but they kept going at it, and they kept like it happened. So the original date was in February, because I had to look this up. So it happened in February, and then they did it again like a little while after that, and people like kind of responded. It was mixed feelings, and then the next year they were on once a month. And then that's it. So they only ran the skit for about a year, and then the movie came out.
Right.
And then
the second movie came out.
the second movie came out. Yeah.
So after that, what happened to it?
Fuck, I don't know.
You deep dive ended.
Everybody moved on, I guess.
Larry went back to the shallow end, and that was the end of that.
Yeah. Well, I went back to shallow end. Well, because I did the beginning of it because of a feeling that I had at the end of it, and basically when they first aired it, everybody was calling they were calling it a ripoff of a movie that was already out, which was Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah. It feels very much so.
Well, I'm gonna go right to the end of it. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure came out February 17th of 1989. The very first time that this aired was February 18th, 1989. So the very next night, they aired. It was the first time that Wayne's World aired on SNL, and it was the very last sketch of the episode.
Right.
Because again, like Michael Myers went to the writing table, which actually at that time consisted of Conan O'Brien was on it.
Right.
And they all kind of were like, I don't know if you really want to do this. So he pitched it to the table a couple times. They finally said, you know what, maybe we will give it a shot, but we're going to give it like that last sketch. They call it the 10 to 1 hour. So it's the last sketch. And it kind of sort of got mixed, but because Bill and Ted's just came out the night before, that comes out, people said, hey, is that a ripoff? Because it very much, it's like that, the whole Party Time Excellent,
right.
Party on, Wayne, party on, God.
Oh.
It's the same exact thing that they say in Bill and
So
Ted.
that's just terrible timing.
It's super horrible timing because this was the Wayne Campbell character was something that Mike Myers had created like 15 years prior. Like, it was an old character that he created for a Canadian kind of sketch comedy thing that he was doing up in Canada.
Right. Because
Martin Short is the one who went to Lorne Michaels was like, hey, you guys should probably bring this guy along. So that's kind of like how we got into SNL. So it's just kind of like that whole timing thing of the first episode of Wayne's World was the night after Bill and Ted's gets released. Everybody's like, wow, what a fucking ripoff this is. Because again, it plays very much into the same kind of thing.
Right.
So
it must have been a little crushed.
Yeah. So it did get static, like for the first couple airings, and then it just caught on. People were like, wow, this is really fucking good. And honestly, this is how strong of characters the Wayne and Garth characters are. And how good, and this is in my opinion, and how good that Michael Myers and Dana Carvey are to bring these characters to life. Because even though they got a lot of static, and it's kind of like 50-50, like they brought these characters out. Everybody like really dug them enough to fucking make a movie.
Right.
So I know you don't like it, but you got to give credit to.
Well, no,
to
I mean,
that.
but they did a lot of Saturday Night Live movies. Whether people liked them or not, right? We have Night at the Roxbury, which. I was just waiting for the exasperation because I know how much of a big Will Ferrell fan you are.
Oh, fucking Chris Kattan.
And Chris Kattan too. So there was a duel for you. You all right there, Bungie?
I'm good. My bottle fell flat.
Struggling. Yeah, I saw that a while ago. I was like,
all right, just making sure you're okay.
Man, he didn't even look down.
We're concerned for you, Larry. That's all right.
Honestly, I thought you dropped something. I didn't pay attention. I was like, oh shit, wait, that's
I'm
my
just
bottle.
like, there it goes.
It's gone.
Awesome.
It's gone.
Yeah. So speaking of that, this is actually the highest grossing SNL adaptation movie.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's
fair.
no, is it? Hold
That
on.
checks out.
Yeah, it's the top grossing SNL adaptation.
Yeah, that would check out. I mean, it was super popular by the time
Yeah.
the movie came out. You heard about a lot of. They had a lot of merchandise. You heard a lot about it. It was kind of in the zeitgeist by that point. Everybody was, doing the, party on kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's almost like the Bart Simpson "Eat My Shorts" at that point. You know what I mean? Like everybody was saying it. You heard it all over the place. It's a lot of like that head banging, heavy rock. So I'm not that kind of person. I never really listened to that stuff. So like this, it just never caught on for me personally. The drumming and I couldn't care less.
That's not you. You're not the
know me a little
headbanging
while now,
drummer.
Mila. Does that
Really?
seem like me?
Not at all.
That couldn't sound less like you.
So just give you a hint. Yesterday, I watched the sing-along version to Hamilton. To give you an idea.
Did you really?
I did.
The
Disney
sing-along version?
Disney just
I
released
bet you
the sing-along.
sang to it the whole time.
Not all of it, just a few of the songs.
Alexander Hamilton. That was you.
No, oddly enough, the King version. The King songs are my favorite.
It's because
Exactly.
he can't rap.
No, not at all. No,
Wow.
not a lick. Not a lick. Not even at
That's
all.
why you can't do the Alexander
Even when
Hamilton.
I'm alone, I don't want to even embarrass myself by myself, so I don't even try. I don't even bother. Then I have to kick my own ass. So I don't want to do it.
You're sitting there going like, Alexander Hamilton. Something.
Alexander Hamilton.
Shit, when does the king
Not
come
going
up?
away my shot.
Well, in the wings for you.
That's right. So there you have it. All right.
It's a rough, but very accurate rendition, I think.
There you go. So, Mila, when was the first time you saw this movie? Obviously, this came out well before you were born, so...
That, as majority of the things.
That we reviewed,
I
yes.
probably saw it a few months ago. I'd say sometime in April. Wow. April. No, I saw the first one in April, and then I was like, you know what? I'll watch the second one.
Like this April, like 3 months ago April.
I did just say a few months ago, so
You're
yes,
fucking
that
shitting
April.
me.
She shit you your favorite
I
turd.
shit you not, Larry. I saw it a few months
far too
ago,
big.
and then a couple weeks later, I saw the second one, and I was like,
No, why don't you just wait for
Good
another
content.
40 years to watch the second one?
sorry, I've got a lot
She's been
of...
busy.
She's been busy.
I've got a lot of catching up to do. I don't know if you noticed this. I've got to watch movies that are coming out today, and I got decades to catch up on.
Oh, yeah.
See, you guys got a head start because you're old, but like it's gonna take me a
Shots
minute.
There's the shot across the bow. Careful, you hit. I said across her nose, not up it.
Shots fired. I'm glad you got to finally watch it.
Yeah, no, and honestly, I thought it was a really fun movie.
I
had a lot of
rewatched
fun
it. I
watching
forgot.
it.
Like I'm looking at the IMDb. I forgot how many people are in this movie.
Shitload of people.
Like Ed
A
O'Neill
lot.
and everybody. Like I forgot
Dude.
just how many fucking people are in this
Ed O'Neill's a
movie.
murderer.
Who
I
was
love
it?
Yeah,
Who
yeah,
was
it's
it in
crazy.
the first movie with like the band? Was it Alice in Chains?
No, but that would be.
Was that the second
Cooper.
one?
Alice Cooper.
No, Alice Cooper. My bad. No, the other.
And we're gonna get into that.
I was like,
too.
wait a minute, the other Alice.
Alice Cooper, Alice in Chains.
Yeah, Alice Cooper. I was like,
Alice Cooper.
Was that the first movie he was
That was
in?
the first movie.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, they got actual Alice Cooper in this movie.
Yep.
I was like, this is baller. This is
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Oh my god,
But
I had so
there was
much
a
fun
lot
with
of
the
people.
music.
I mean, Meatloaf was
stuff.
in it.
Meatloaf's
Yeah,
in it, yeah.
yeah.
Alice Cooper, Ed O'Neill, obviously Chris Farley.
Yeah, Chris
Yep.
Farley. He was in the second one, right? Or was
Colin
that the first
Camp
one
was
too?
in it.
I can't remember the second one.
Because I took
honestly.
note.
He may have been in the
Wasn't
second
that
one
his
too.
debut or something? Not his debut.
No. Chris Farley was already on SNL, I think, at that
No,
point.
like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
movie
Movie?
wise.
Oh, was it his first movie?
I think it was his first movie.
Ooh, maybe.
Because that's what I saw something like that.
Maybe because I know that when he started doing like the Black Sheep, Tommy
Yeah,
Boys.
Black Sheep.
Yep.
that-
I will
that-
look it
that
up.
was a little
It's
later.
very
Wait,
possible.
when did this come out again?
It came out in 92.
Yeah.
92.
So yeah, I made that.
Oh no, I think I might be lying. Maybe.
Don't be lying. No, Tommy Boy was 95.
Yeah, so there we go.
So, yeah, Wayne's World was his first one.
That was his
Okay,
first movie, so
yeah.
that's when
Yeah.
you first see him as like quote unquote actor.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
on the big
and not an
screen.
SNL dude.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Then he did a couple of smaller things, including like an episode of Roseanne, and then he went into Coneheads. Did a
Oh
brief
my God, that's right. He was in Coneheads.
Oh, yeah.
That sucked.
That was not a great
No.
SNL breakoff. It's,
No.
it's not great, but oddly enough, if it's on, I watch it. I don't put it on. Like I will never go like let me grab a DVD of Coneheads and put it. But if I'm watching TV and there's nothing on, like oh look, fucking Coneheads.
How
I
convenient.
will put it on. I will put it on versus turning off the TV.
I think I only
There's
ever
a
saw
rousing,
skits. Never saw the movie.
Right. So this, it's funny too because when I was watching this, I was thinking of Yellowbeard, right, and how lovely that movie.
I'm
was.
sorry.
I know, but what I was thinking is the criticism, that I gave Yellowbeard was that was just a long sketch, right? That was
Yeah.
like a 10-minute
Yeah.
sketch that got stretched out.
To like
So
an
as
hour.
I'm watching this, I was like, is this giving me the same vibes? Because that's how it starts off as a sketch, right?
Right.
With all the other SNL adaptations, they start off as sketches and they move on, like they grow. So I was watching this wondering, like, am I getting that same kind of feeling? And I didn't. This didn't feel like a long drawn
It didn't
out
seem
sketch.
forced the whole time.
It seemed full. It seemed like a story beginning to end. Quirky, fun, whatever, but it was still a story from beginning to end.
Yeah.
I'd have to agree with that.
I would
Yeah.
have to fully disagree, but I understand what you're
I mean,
saying. But I
mean, you're
defend
wrong,
your
but that's
right
fine.
to say it.
I mean, you're wrong. That's cool.
That's okay. I can be wrong on my own show. But Dan, what I'm trying to say is, I still feel like it's that type of humor. It's just not my type of humor, right? It just
Yeah. Yeah, you are not for the campy that much.
not
and
when
the
it
thing
comes
is,
to this. Yeah.
I am in love with campy things. So it's just like it's got music, it's fun, it's campy. I'm like, this is great. This is just a good time watching experience
Yeah,
for
I have
me.
a hard time. It's not just the camp, although you're not wrong. It's the main characters are bumbling and dumb as stumps. And I have a hard time with that. Like,
Yeah.
I need something. I don't need geniuses here, but they're just like as dumb as rocks.
But again, but that
can't.
was part of that character. It's like he still lives in his, they still live at their parents' house.
Yep.
The grown ass adults.
Yep.
Who just haven't left the house yet.
Yep.
I
know people like that.
Yeah.
I want to choke them
Yeah.
out too.
Come on, dude. Garth was sipping through a straw a jelly donut.
That was
I found that funny.
comedy gold.
I'm telling you. So for me,
Comedy gold.
that's
Comedy
Okay.
gold.
These
Call it comedy
simpletons
jelly.
that they are actually cracked me up the whole time. Like
It's like a million little things,
So many little,
like there
little
was
things.
big jokes, there was callbacks, and then there was a bunch of little stuff in between that you'd have to like watch it again to look at, and really appreciate.
Yeah. I mean,
Appreciate's a strong word. That's not quite
but
the word,
no,
but
but
like,
again, but I'm
point
honest.
down, and go, huh, nice.
But I'm honest when I say I defend your right to say, like, I can understand why people do like this movie.
Yeah.
I get it. It was a super popular movie. It was a super popular skit.
It's your Eraserhead.
It's some people's, it's fuck that movie. But that movie can die of gonorrhea and rot in hell. But the point is,
I think
you
it
watched that
did.
movie, I think it
Honestly,
did,
yeah.
it did.
big part of
I think
it
it
was
did.
in
Sounds
that movie.
familiar.
I think it did, but it is like I get why people really dig this movie. I just can't. I have a hard time. Like, if you hadn't suggested it to do on the podcast, I would never watch this movie again. and be totally okay with that. It's not a movie I ever go back to and try to watch again. You know what I mean? Like, and we're never doing number 2, so don't even bother. So I will burn the fucking podcast to the ground.
Don't you worry.
We're never doing it again. But
wait till they come with the third one.
Oh,
isn't there? Don't they keep like saying like, "Oh, we might bring it back"?
They
Or have they been doing that for years? It sounds like they've been doing it for years. Didn't they come back for an ad? I thought it was an ad or something.
They came back actually for the Super Bowl.
For like Pepsi.
Yeah.
It was a Super Bowl ad.
But he has a hard time getting anybody to work with him right now.
Who?
Mike Myers.
What'd he do?
Oh, yeah. He's kind of well known as being kind of a dickbag in Hollywood right now.
Damn.
He's had a real hard time. Since Love Guru, he's had a real tough time getting in. Yeah, most people didn't, but people who did regret it. And he's had a real, like, diva-esque attitude, and he doesn't really deserve it, especially since Love Guru, because that didn't really do very well at all in the theaters, and even on home video it was really tanked. And he's just had like not really good interactions with fans and just in Hollywood, and he's not really, when he was doing, I think it was Cat in the Hat, like even his like trailer was
Wait
like
a minute,
tinted.
was he the Cat in the Hat?
Yeah. He was the Cat in the Hat.
No shit, dude. I watched that when I was a kid.
Yeah. Even
that
when he was
stuck
doing
with
that
me.
movie,
That was horrifying.
He like had his trailer like tinted because he didn't want like anybody, not just to see him, he just wanted anybody to fucking bother him. Like he just wanted to be left alone.
I heard something about him when he was doing Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, he was a real prick.
Kind of actually blew my mind. I was like, wow, really?
Yeah, it was. I was watching recently one of those little like, hey, 10 most like hated celebrities that people don't want to work with, and he was like number 1 on the list.
Oh shit.
Where like people were just like, yeah, even like a fan was like, they saw him at a bar, like, hey, I'll buy you a drink. He's like, I can fucking afford to buy my own drinks, thanks. Like, really? That's nice. Like, dude, really? It just, I don't know, he just comes across as one of those guys.
You're a dick.
Yeah.
Mike Myers, not a fan of the show.
No.
Not a friend of ours.
You're not allowed to listen to this show.
Not a friend of the show. Not a friend of the show. But anyway, I mean, who knows really what people are really like, but that's just what is the current word. But,
like
you know,
that.
I mean, I've loved his other movies. I love the Austin Powers series.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll watch those over and over and over again.
Those are good.
Yeah, he's made some amazing movies. You know, I love the Shrek movies. He's made some incredible stuff. This is just not high up there on my list.
Wait, oh my God. I'm finding so much right now.
He's done a lot.
I'm finding out a lot of things right now.
He's done a lot. He's had a long career.
Every word you say, I go, he was in
Honey,
what?
I Married an Axe Murderer.
He was in what?
That was awesome.
That was a good movie. It's
movie.
a quirky, goofy fucking movie. But
Which he played like 3 parts in.
Yeah, but it's a good movie. Like, yeah, I'd watch that again. But, like, this is just not one of them because I just don't like that, you know. But, you know, again, he's had a long career. He's done a lot of great stuff. He's created a lot of memorable characters, you know, and he's great at creating very diverse characters and accents and different, you know what I mean? It's great. I love his career, but it's just not one of the high up on my list. It's just not.
Of, like, people to meet.
He's definitely not high up on my people to meet. If I was behind him, I would have just crashed into his car.
Oh, my.
Whoopsie.
One of the things I really like, actually, about this movie, and I was thinking about it as I'm watching, is this movie comes out, and there's a lot of quotes that people kind of
very quotable,
still use.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's one of those movies that people quote, but they don't know where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of them.
See?
I have been one of them. I go,
and you're like,
really?
I have no idea how, you know, where this came from, but one of the things that since this movie, and I saw this in the theaters, one of the things that I say, and which is a great scene, is when they meet Alice Cooper with, I'm not worthy.
Right.
But they go in there and they say, Milwaukee. And they give that little spiel about Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And Alice Cooper goes, well, actually, it's pronounced Milwaukee. Since that movie, I still refer to Milwaukee as Milwaukee.
Oh, it's Milwaukee.
All the time. You know, and it's, again, this whole movie has things like that. And, you know, the whole, you know, when they're talking about the hot women, it's like, swing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so.
Love the swing.
Again, all the little parts in this movie, Foxy Lady.
Yeah.
That whole part cracks me up every single time. And here's a little fun fact for you.
Ooh.
Okay.
Big fan of those.
He might know, maybe not. I'm not sure. But the Dream Lady, the Dream Girl.
Yes.
You know who she's married to?
Who?
Dan Aykroyd.
No shit.
That's Dan Aykroyd's wife.
Wow.
They met in Spies Like Us. Yeah, right.
I love Spies Like Us.
So she was one of them, and that's where Dan Aykroyd met her.
Damn.
And yeah, and they've been married ever since, which is funny because Dan Aykroyd's actually been in Mike Myers movies.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe was in this, but he was in other.
Yep.
You know, he brings him back for the Austin Powers series.
Yep.
Which was cool. I forgot that he was in it, and he plays such
He's the young number one.
Yeah, he plays such a great fucking asshole. Rob Lowe always has.
Oh yeah.
And it's
Rob Lowe? Oh yeah.
And he does it
he's a pro.
so fucking
He's a professional
well.
asshole.
I want to punch you in the face, but I kind of want to hang out with you because you're just kind of cool, even though you're a dick. Yeah, that's your character.
Perfect.
Um,
I love the scene where he what language does she speak? Like Cantonese? Where he suddenly goes like, "Oh, I've been practicing," and all of a sudden he breaks out perfect Cantonese to her.
Oh, really?
And then when they fight, he fights her dad and stuff like that. Was that the second movie?
That was the second movie. You're getting them confused.
Yeah, the thing is, they're so the same. They're so
this is what happens
similar.
when you watch the movie 4 months ago, and then 2 weeks later you watch the second part.
Also, I have only watched them ever the one time, so.
And it's still fresh.
Yeah. But I thought that was the funniest thing. Well, he still got the accent of just dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
The dude accent.
Did you catch the Grey Poupon reference?
Yes. Yes, I did.
So for me, that was a fun little callback.
I was like, that's what they were talking about that time,
and I was
when we were talking about
remember it.
The other time.
Trading Places.
Yeah.
They were talking about no, it wasn't Trading Places. It was.
Was it vice versa?
It was vice versa.
Yeah.
When he wanted the Grey Poupon, and you were like, I don't get it. And then we were telling you about it, and then they used that reference in this. I was like, oh fuck, I hope Mila remembers this.
I did. I literally, they said that, and I was like, I know what that means because I get it now.
Now you get the Grey Poupon. Now you go back and laugh at it and go, that was actually pretty funny.
I'm gonna have to rewatch vice versa now.
No, you don't. So what about you over there?
Well, just so you know, Dream Girl is separated from Dan Aykroyd. So
You
have a shot, Larry.
Well, that was a short-lived fun fact, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, last time I checked, okay.
That was a mediocre fact.
It still says married, but they're just separated.
That means they live in the same house, but not in the same wing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking rich people.
We lost her in the West Wing.
3 acres away.
We lost
in the same
West
house.
Wing. Some nights we can still hear her crying. It's most distressing.
Nothing.
You've never seen Who's That Girl with Madonna and Griffin Dunn?
Wait, did I see that?
The fucking great, horrible movie.
I know. Cause I
She has
definitely
to go get the Patagonian tiger.
Cause I definitely
and bring it
saw
back, and she gets released from jail. And she's trying to clear her name because the pimp and the fat man killed her boyfriend, and his fiance's father is the one that did it, and she has to clear the name. Oh my god, it's fucking hysterical. So they end up getting together by the end of it, and she takes him all over New York in the mother-in-law's Rolls Royce. She gets completely fucking trashed in Harlem. And then he ends up in the fucking hospital, and his name's Loudon. Trout is his last name, but she doesn't know that. So his name's Loudon. So she pretends to be his wife. As he take him to the hospital, he's on the gurney, and he can't speak. He's like, hey, hey, hey. So the nurse is like, what's his name? She's like, Loudon. Loudon what? Clear. All right, Mrs. Clear. Just loud and clear.
Hey, I don't think
a fucking
no,
great
you know
movie.
what? I didn't see. Maybe I did, but I only saw almost. Because I saw.
We did your thing. We killed the pimp and the fat man. Now we're gonna do one of my things.
I think I saw Desperately Seeking Susan.
Yeah, this is you have at some point.
With Roseanne
I know we're not talking about the movie. We're going on a tangent here, but this is Entertainment Rants. Welcome. This is your first episode.
Wow.
That's how we do that.
If a recommended movie from me, Who's That Girl with Madonna?
I think I did see it though, but I for whatever reason I don't remember because I remember that her movie was kind of. She was a hot star for those couple of movies.
Yes.
But it was Madonna being Madonna.
Yeah,
you know
it's totally Madonna being Madonna. 100%, especially it's 80s Madonna.
Yeah,
being Madonna.
right. It's 80s Madonna being 80s Madonna.
That's pretty Madonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't like Madonna being an actress and act like other people. It was absolutely her.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite movies. Just 80s, cheesy, stupid comedy. Like, go back to watch if it's on. I fucking watch it.
I think this says what?
Huh?
I think this says what?
Huh? Say again?
How did you not find any of this shit funny? I rolled my ass off when I first saw that.
I mean, it was the early 90s, so at that time, I was still in high school. It's fucking high school humor.
And that's what it's supposed to be.
It's still funny.
Yes, at the time, I found it mildly humorous.
Mildly humorous?
But again, not a headbanger.
Also, right.
Yeah.
At the time, I wasn't even a headbanger.
So now all of a sudden
so the lines that like we just
you
said.
made us watch fucking Yellowbeard and you found it funny.
Yeah, when I was a little kid. But I remember, I watched Yellowbeard before high school. I was a little kid when that was like grade school and maybe, middle school when I watched Yellowbeard.
But you made us watch that again.
Yeah. Because I haven't seen
you
it in
watched
years.
it so many times,
but again,
and none of them you were like,
I haven't seen
maybe
it in years.
this is not
I haven't
good.
seen it in years, so my memory of it
because you talk about it like you watched it again and again and again and again and again, and it's like.
Then he hit the age of like 10 and stopped watching.
I was probably at the age of like 15.
Then here he's in his fucking 40s and he's like, yo,
this movie kind of sucks.
I don't know about this movie.
I don't know, Chief.
But again,
I don't know, Chief.
I didn't watch it that many times.
Wayne's World I haven't seen since it came out. And I found it mildly humorous then. At 47, nah.
No.
Nothing?
Nothing, not even a chortle?
Nothing. I can't.
I'll tell you what I didn't realize, but I definitely realized it
now. The humor is so lowbrow. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, it's super lowbrow. But again, like I watch these movies.
Funny
lowbrow. We talked about this before. Like, how do we? When you watch these movies, you watch them with today's glasses or whatever. Like, I watched with being an adult and understanding what it's supposed to be. This movie took place in the fucking 92, early 90s. You know what was funny then. So I'm like, all right, I'm still going to laugh at it because I remember how it was. It was hilarious then. Now, my comedy level or, I don't know, it's grown.
Have you matured, Larry?
I've matured.
Have you matured since
I think we're playing
however
fast and
old
loose
you are?
with that definition, but okay.
Hey. But I can still watch this movie and still laugh at it. For me, it was fun, man. It was fun shit. Was there some like lame shit in it? Yeah, there was. But again, it was a fun. For me, I found it to be a fun movie. What I didn't realize then, but I realize now, is how bad of a fucking actor Tia Carrere is. Great to look at, hit mute. That's fine.
Wow.
But as an actor, as an actress, she sucked.
We're getting canceled now, and I didn't even say anything.
That's fine.
I didn't even say anything. Jesus. Usually that's my job.
It is, usually.
Damn.
Yeah, but
so we're only 20 minutes, 20 minutes in.
Yeah,
so
she seemed very flat.
Just very flat. It just... I don't know.
There wasn't much going on there.
Did you find her better in Rising Sun?
I don't think I watched that one.
You've never seen Rising Sun? Sean Connery, Wesley
Come on,
Snipes?
Larry.
You're a martial artist, and what kind of martial artist are you?
Oh no, that's Rising Sun.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm sorry.
That was a Michael Crichton book.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was originally a Michael Crichton book, which was a good book too. It was while I read the book, and then made the movie.
Honestly, that's a movie I haven't seen in a really long time.
I love that. That's another movie I will go back and watch just because it's just a really good movie. It's a fun movie to watch.
It's actually
yeah.
I'd go back to that.
Yeah, it's got Shang Tsung in it. What's his name? I can't remember his name. Great, character actor. He plays. He's in everything.
Was she better in that movie?
I mean, mildly. She's a small part to it. She's not a major part to it, but yeah, she's definitely better in that movie than this movie.
Well, I'll tell you what, her acting chops was bad.
Yeah.
I remember they wanted her.
Maybe it was just early on or something.
There was a magazine, Wizard magazine.
I love that magazine.
Oh, that magazine was awesome.
Yeah.
So Wizard was a price guide for comic books.
Got you.
And they do other stuff like talking about the new conventions that are coming up and things like
that.
Cool.
It's like basically it's like Fangora for comics.
Yeah.
But I remember they had like a mock-up of, so again, we're talking in the 90s. We're talking maybe 95, 96, 94 actually, because I was at KB. So it was 94 and they had a mock-up of an X-Men movie.
Yep.
And who would play who. And they had her playing Psylocke. I was like, that's fucking great.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know who they had playing Professor X?
Who?
Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Oh!
He's been Professor X ever.
And every time anybody ever talked about Professor X, was like, oh, dude, Professor X.
You know who would be good for that? Yes,
That
he's
John-
always been the person to be
That
good for
Jean-Claude
that.
Van Damme playing Gambit, which would have been fucking
Oh my God!
Yeah.
That's something I would have
We're done
wanted
talking
to
about
see.
Wayne's World. We got a lot
Sorry,
of other.
sorry.
No.
Sorry.
We'll get, no. It's okay. It's okay. We'll finish. We'll get down to talk about Wayne's World, but at the end, when we talk about other stuff, there's some pretty cool. Like other news to talk about, we should get to it.
Other news?
Yeah, like other movie news,
What?
like quick
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
What
We'll
other
get there.
possible
We'll
news?
get there.
Hey, remember when we used to do like a little news segment?
Yeah.
Every once in a while.
Back in like December.
Yeah.
Time for the news.
Yeah,
get there, we'll get
remember
there.
that guy?
We'll get
yeah.
there. We'll get there. We'll get there. No, we still
Wait a
got some. We
minute.
got some. We still have some
Again,
Wayne's World to
This
dissect.
whole
Yeah.
movie. I mean, look, Marco, I can see where you're coming from about not liking it.
Yeah.
And just it, your comedic thread has been a little bit more sophisticated now. Whatever. It's very very childish. It's super childish. All the humor. It's that childish.
That's
humor.
part of it for me. Is like it's like basically they're adults acting like
Teenagers.
less than high schoolers almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? It's like one of those like you see they're adults and they're acting like people who are kids who just hit puberty. Like, oh look, boobies! I see boobies. You know what I mean? Like, oh look, you know what I mean? Like, I've never seen a boobie before.
I don't know. The
You know
word
what I mean?
boobie's always funny.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like when a kid can see a boobie for the first time, like, oh look, and they don't know what to do with it. So they don't know how to. They feel embarrassed just saying
all
the
the
word.
time, man.
They don't just feel embarrassed saying the word.
Boobies.
Yeah, exactly. Right, that's the kind of humor that's playing throughout this movie, and I was like, okay, I'm
Come on,
so
the Laverne
I'm
Shirley
so
part?
fucking far past it.
The Laverne and Shirley part was hilarious.
I just love me some Laverne and Shirley anyway, but yes.
All right, so that whole callback. Did you ever watch Laverne and Shirley?
No.
All right.
I think it's on the list though.
So when they,
I think
So
like
what-
at least a season just
How
to
old are
get
you
the
now?
idea. I'm 21.
Yeah, you're way far behind. You're never gonna make it.
Man,
it's gonna be a tough
I've got a
one.
whole binder. I will
Yeah.
catch up.
You're in
Binder.
college.
I'm-
You're in college.
I'm about 3 years behind
you're
now,
too far
but
behind.
still.
You're too far behind.
They'll get there.
So there's a part
I
where
love
they.
the pieces, but you're too far. And I'm not even trying to be a naysayer.
Yeah.
There's so much like new shit coming out, and content comes out so much faster now.
Yeah.
Than when we were younger.
Yeah, like you
it's
had
like,
to wait.
how the fuck? And I'm being serious now. How does somebody your age, and this is go to all the listeners, how does somebody your age watch all the new shit and catch up on the old shit? You know
And
what I'm
still have,
saying?
like,
See,
and I know
this
this
is
is
exactly-
binging and stuff like that,
yeah.
but you have like your life, you have a job,
Yeah.
you have college, you have to
got things
sleep
I gotta
some
do.
point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta talk to a friend once in a while. I mean, you'll get one
Yeah.
eventually. So like, how do you say?
Wait! Hold on a minute.
You know? Wow. You get bogged down with one. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, how
Bogged down
the
with
fuck do
what
you
are they
do
called?
that?
Friends?
Like, I don't
Oh,
understand how
I
you
know.
do it. We saw these things when
Yeah.
we were younger.
Yeah.
A lot of times when they were on, like not everyone on Laverne and Shirley, but we watched reruns.
Yeah.
But there wasn't like a fucking Marvel news show every 2 seconds and a new something every 2
Yeah.
seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, that's the
Blasting
thing.
at us.
Half of it is I pick my battles. I go, do I really give a shit about this? No?
Fuck it.
Awesome. I don't care, and I will not continue it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then another part of it is the
No,
fact
continue
that
to care.
since I have a list that's so out of order that some of it's like newer, some of it's older, I just go off of that. If I don't ever catch up, I'll never know
Right.
until I go.
Yeah.
I'm like on my deathbed, and I go. You know, maybe I'll watch Wayne's World 3.
So, The Rising Sun had not only Sean Connery was his name, but Harvey Keitel,
Oh no way!
Hiroyuki Tagawa. You've seen this guy in everything.
Oh yeah.
He's one of the tokens.
Can't
She can't see. I don't think she
see.
can see.
I could hardly see that.
Yeah. So,
He looks familiar, like I might have seen him in a.
you've definitely
like
seen
a
him in other
role.
stuff. He's been like in a million movies.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the original Mortal Kombat movie?
He plays Shang
I
Tsung.
never found an interest in Mortal Kombat, so I just never watched any of them. I played a couple on like an arcade.
Yeah, just gonna
I
shut
played
your
it a
mouth.
couple
You're
times, but
Mike
I was like,
3, right? I'm just gonna shut up.
Yeah.
yeah,
you
wait,
shut
hold
up.
on,
Oh, wait a minute!
wait.
Hey, wait a minute.
I'll just yell loud enough that you can hear it over the mics.
Don't worry, you
about
do.
Don't worry, that
Yeah.
voice, you're fine.
Oh yeah. No. He
Thank
plays,
God.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, he plays Shang Tsung in
Yeah.
that. Which, speaking of Mortal Kombat, I'm actually cool with like the remakes that they came in with, like the new storyline and stuff. They made it more about like the chosen ones and
Yeah. See
know.
Mortal Kombat 1? The new one coming out, the new game coming out?
the new game?
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 1. It's like almost like resetting, but not. Because after the last one where they fucking like ended everybody and ended everything and reset the universe. And now like Liu Kang is kind of like the ultimate god. He's like the new fire fucking lord, whatever. It resets him as it's really fucking cool. I played it. It's pretty awesome. The new one looks really badass. I'm waiting for it. But my luck, it'll just be on like the new Xbox ones, which I don't have.
Yeah.
They won't have it for like the Xbox.
I don't even have a system. I haven't had a system since I haven't had a system since PS3.
I saw a meme on a reel, whatever. It's just like
I had a PS2,
typical.
so
There you go.
Fuck.
There's a new reel out there. It's like, typical, like, you're a dad, you have kids, and it's like, your game system just sitting there collecting dust, and like you just sit there staring at it, like, yep, I don't have time to play that ever.
Yeah.
I'll play that tonight after the kid goes to bed.
Yeah, right.
Not happening. The only thing, the time my Xbox gets exercise, my kid goes over and turns it on and off. He's just like playing with the fucking button.
It always makes a nice sound,
Yeah, he likes the on and off.
I can understand that.
Yeah, that's about it. It's the exercise he gets.
And I'm like, ha.
That's it. That's the only exercise he gets. Poor thing. So what's your favorite scene then, Larry, in Wayne's World?
Scene.
I'm bringing it back. 36 minutes in. I'm bringing it back.
Yeah, this is how we do it.
Favorite scene.
Shit, man. My favorite scene. The Bohemian Rhapsody part.
Oh my god, that one takes up a lot of brain space.
So
Yeah.
Takes up a lot of time in the movie.
So that part, that was a Michael Myers do-over. Originally, that they were supposed to be like driving over a Guns N' Roses song. Mm-hmm. Michael Myers wanted Bohemian Rhapsody. So he drew out this whole sketch and wrote up this whole script. He gives it to Brian May of Queen and says, listen, we want to do this part in the movie and we want to highlight Bohemian Rhapsody, but we'd like your permission. So Brian May says, well, let me go see Freddie. So he goes to Freddie Mercury, because Freddie Mercury was still alive at this point. It was like right at the tail end, like Freddie Mercury passed before this movie came out.
Wow.
So they did film it, give it to Brian May. Brian May then shows it to Freddie Mercury, and Freddie Mercury loved it. And thought it was the funniest thing. And Freddie Mercury was like, it reminds us, and Brian May says, it reminds us of us. Because they would drive around and sing their own songs and be like kind of funny like that, like how they were doing. So when they saw it, they laughed their asses off. Freddie Mercury loved it. And now, what Brian May said is, that song at that time, that was 92, that song was already out. Like, Queen as a band was already kind of out. That song launched them up again, and it brought American viewers and American listeners back, and even like the younger people, like, that were in high school, like my age, it brought them to Queen, because everybody's like, yo, what fucking song is that? And then you found who Queen was, and then you went on their catalog. So that part, I mean, to this day, like, when I sing that song, I don't like do it like in the way that it should be done. I do it as like, well, from the movie. Like when the drum part comes, I said I bang my head at that part. That's a really, really fun part for me. And they pick up their drunk friend, and he's all staggered in the back, and they're trying to hold him up, and he's trying not to throw up. For me, that was a really fun part. And if I had a quote unquote favorite, it would probably be that. I mean, I had a lot of fun parts, but for me, that was it.
I also really loved that scene, not because I like knew any of the backstory to it, but I loved it because I've done that before with my friends. Yeah. All of us pile in the car, and it's Bohemian Rhapsody, and we're driving down like near Boston, like we're gonna go see a show or something, and we're just all blasting that song, we're screaming it, it starts raining, and it made me like, it brought me back, and I was like, man, that was a good time.
See?
It's such a good scene, even though it's literally just a bunch of guys in a car
being absolute idiots,
being dickheads, singing to this song that everyone's heard before now, Yeah. But it's still like, it's just such it just hits here a little bit,
It's a little happy feeling for you. It's a little warm feeling.
I'm like, man, I remember that.
I wish I could ask you that, but we know you.
Credits.
Also,
There's a brownie recipe in the credits.
Wait a minute, and that's pretty good that you say, Chris, because there's a mid-credits scene and after-credits scene, so you like that.
There's a brownie recipe in the credits.
There's a brownie recipe.
Look it up.
Is
Wait,
there really?
Deadass?
That's fucking great.
There's
No.
brownie recipe. It's one of the
See,
funniest
I guess
things.
I'll have to rewatch it again.
There's a brownie recipe in the credits, yeah. Haven't made them yet, but I guarantee you they're pretty good.
See, that's some fun. See, that is some clever, good shit. And that's another thing, too, like the cleverness of the little things that they would put out there. The breaking the fourth wall, fucking hilarious.
Oh, I
Come
love
on,
that.
man. That was really good.
Yeah. I like when they spoof it. Did you ever see the movie Stay Tuned with John Ritter and what's her name from Mork and Mindy? Pam Dauber. So there was a movie called Stay Tuned, and he was like just a potato, couch potato, right? And he got this fucking satellite dish from the devil, basically.
With the remote, and they kept going to the different shows?
Different shows, but it was all like hell-based shows.
I remember
and
this.
Basically, the devil's trying to get their soul, but if they can make it alive through the shows, they get their soul back, basically. So one of the shows was Wayne's Underworld. So like, it was both them, but they were like zombies, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I remember
cool.
that show. Actually, I watched that one, and
One of them, they were like Chuck Jones cartoons, like two mice drawn as
they
like
would draw that.
cartoons.
That was really good.
Yeah, that was really good. It was like the first time they kind of did something.
Mom and
like
Dad Save the Planet, Save the World, Save the Universe. I don't know. There was another one that
Eugene Levy was in that movie.
Yeah.
The principal from Ferris Bueller's Day Off was like, he was the guy.
Oh.
Basically, he was trying to like lead. He was the bad guy, basically.
Always.
As
Yeah.
it tends to be.
Well,
Yeah, he's a sketchy dude.
no, he's not more than sketchy.
He's more than sketchy. Like there was some pedo shit that
There
went.
was some pedo shit.
There was some pedo shit that went
Him
on.
and the
with
guy from
Shit,
Seventh
really?
Heaven, yeah.
Yeah.
Him in the same fucking club, yeah.
Yeah, he was at
Him
some
and the
pedo
dad from
shit.
Seventh Heaven in the same fucking club.
Which that one kind of blew my mind when I heard. I mean,
That
it blew
was
my both of them,
weird.
but the
Yeah,
Seventh
that
Heaven
was
one, I
like fucking
like,
Seventh Heaven. That was like
Wait,
a
what?
step away from like a Jesus show.
Yeah. But
Barely a step away.
so seriously, like you didn't have any episode. Like there was no. You really didn't like this fucking movie. It's tough.
Yeah, it's just it wasn't.
You're
like,
on your phone. You're like,
There was a lot of phone play. That was
Really?
a rock crawler game.
yeah,
where,
that
like, this
tends to
little
be.
buggy
If
and
I'm struggling
there's
to
a
watch
lot of
something, I
playing.
start to. I'm like, don't
don't play the game.
and I'm like,
oh look, I'm at level 72.
oh
Like,
no,
yay.
solitaire. When did you get here?
Out of all the fucking games to play while you're watching movie, Solitaire.
It's because I found that that's
That
the only
movie
one
sucks if you're
where I
playing
can
Solitaire.
So I
I can
track a few
only be like,
packages.
if I really want to absorb what's going on. I've tried other things like color by numbers, stuff like that, or just like, coloring things, doing different games. Solitaire is the only one where I can actually kind of do both at the same time without
Yeah.
tuning one out.
Yeah. Yeah, I tracked some packages. It was pretty cool.
Start Googling questions that are completely unrelated.
Yeah, it was tough.
the Terminator 2 reference.
I must have missed that one. I might have been tracking
When he
it
gets
back.
pulled over by the cop. And it's fucking Robert Patrick that pulls him over.
No, that's right. That's
Oh,
who it is. That's right. That's
shit!
who it is.
Oh my
He's like,
god!
have you seen this boy?
Yeah, that's right.
Ah! He takes off. It's Robert.
That's
He starts
right.
going after him.
Oh my god! Yeah. Oh, I completely
right.
forgot.
Fucking people.
That's right.
I forgot.
Block in the movie.
So they did a lot of that. And
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of references and things like that. They're good. Don't get me wrong. They're good. They're good references. Some of it's obviously a little dated because it was the 90s. And,
Right.
Well, yeah.
So if you
Yeah.
don't know them, you just like I knew them.
And then there's
blank out on it.
stuff like the like when they just plugged like blatantly. We're like,
a lot of product
man, that'd be
placement.
stupid if I
no.
just started, doing something like drinking this delicious ice cold Pepsi.
That was great. He was like, yeah, what do we look like? People that just sell to the man and it's got in the full
Yeah,
Reebok attire.
yeah.
Like, that was fucking fun.
That
Like,
was
that's-
so good.
Because again, it's
We'd never sell out.
No, and they were eating a bag of Doritos. It's like, oh,
And like
fuck.
the way they were holding it was
Oh, yeah.
purposefully so you could see everything.
But again,
And-
that was literally a spoof on things that happened, back to like everybody was selling their soul to a fucking market.
Yeah.
So, again, come on, dude. Nothing.
You're desperately trying.
I really want you to like
He's
this.
desperately trying to get me to like this movie.
It was so funny.
It's not. I don't hate the movie. I
It's a
don't
spoof
hate this
movie.
movie. It's a spoof movie.
Or spoofy, quote
It's a
unquote.
spoofy kind of movie. It's just not my favorite. Like I don't
Damn.
I don't go to watch this movie.
I don't think we can win him over.
I know.
No,
It's just not in your wheelhouse. It's just not there.
The things that you're talking about, the placements, the references, I love all that shit. Because you know me, I love that kind of shit. I love fan service. I love that kind of stuff. But the main characters drive me fucking crazy.
It's just the whole characters and the plot that takes it.
It's not even so much the plot, but yeah, a little bit of the plot. But those main characters, I want to push their fucking faces in, and it distracts me.
It's
Get a job, you losers!
Yeah, I can't. It's like the same reason I can't watch Napoleon Dynamite.
I was about to say, that's...
I've never seen that.
I want to punch his fucking face in.
I've seen it a couple times.
I've seen the previews, and I see the people quote it, and I'm going,
I like it.
That looks stupid.
Tina, you fat lard, come eat your dinner.
Yeah, I want to punch his face out. I want to knock all of his teeth out.
Well, I don't love it. But I liked it because, I don't know, I watched it a couple times. And I was like,
So here's the difference. Good. Wayne's World, I can see why people love that movie. Napoleon Dynamite, I can't find one fucking reason why anybody likes that movie. But people do. They love that fucking movie.
It's funny. If I were to rewatch it...
That was a huge hit, yeah.
Huge.
If I were to rewatch it, I don't know what would happen. I definitely wouldn't like it as much as I did. But, like, there are some bits that I'm like... I don't know. This shit's kind of funny though.
It doesn't. And I'm like, it makes you depressed.
Practicing jazzercise or something, and he goes to the talent show.
To watch that movie, like if you are like on the verge of like bad thoughts, don't fucking watch that movie.
Got two conversations going on. Mila's like, no, this shit's great. This shit's great. Marco's, that movie sucks. And I'm in the middle. I'm literally getting it from both sides. It's actually pretty funny.
Those headphones are stereo, huh?
No, it just means I got a clown to the left of me and Joker to the right.
Hey, wait a minute!
There we go.
So, that's...
I don't know. I think I actually would like that movie if I rewatched it.
So, do you have a least favorite part of the movie? Before we get to budget?
Yeah, honestly, what's her name? Lara Flynn Boyle?
Yeah, she's in the movie.
That character, Stacy, fucking pissed me off. I didn't like that.
Which one was she again?
She was the one that she was a stalker.
Was she I was about to say, was she the stalker?
I didn't like her character.
I
didn't like her character.
I don't like stalker characters.
I don't like how they. It didn't do anything for me. Like, that could have been out of the fucking movie and it would have been completely fine. Like, she served absolutely no fucking purpose whatsoever. And I was like, wow, you suck. Like,
that's true.
So anything like she was in, I was like, yeah, beat it. I could do without.
Yeah.
Ed O'Neill was hilarious.
I miss Ed O'Neill.
He was fucking hilarious. I liked him. Because, again, when I first saw it, I was like, yo, Al Bundy's a murderer. So that was pretty good. That's another one, Married with Children. You'll never watch it. It's all right.
Married with Children? I watched it a little bit, like, when it was on, like, at night.
Yeah.
So I've watched a bit of it.
That show got worse. I love that show. Got worse and worse. Like, it just got more degrading over the years. I mean, oh my god. It's kind of like Family Guy. Like, it was like, we're just gonna really peel back this fucking onion.
Yeah.
And like just really go for broke. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like the women, especially Kelly, wore less and less. Yeah. As the seasons went on.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she was younger as they first started, you know, so she couldn't. But then, like, she got older.
She kind of like hit. Was she 18? Like,
yeah,
18
she hit like
20?
legitimate age.
Whoa.
It was like, okay, we're just tube tops and tube dresses, and that's fucking it.
That's all you're wearing.
Jesus. Like, barely a jacket on this person. Like, oh my god.
I mean, she literally looked like every 80s hairband model. Like, that's.
And they would just parade them.
Yeah.
I hate when they do that. That's like one of the worst things I hate about like watching movies that are like 80s, 90s type stuff.
That was Fox.
It's always like,
Fox was quote unquote edgy. And
they were quote unquote gratuitous.
Like exactly what you said, like parading them around like that.
So that part,
and it's always like the second they hit 18 too. So you feel really disgusting about it. You're like, damn.
So those, and this is honest, so like those parts of the show I could have, done without, like whatever, dude. The back and forth between him and Peggy cracked me the fuck up. Like Al Bundy as just being a curmudgeon, miserable fuck. Like to everybody in the world except for his friends, his like 4 friends that he hung with all the time.
His No Ma'am crew.
Yeah, like.
Love the No Ma'am crew.
The No Ma'am was great. But again, like there was a lot of things that they did. I was like, ooh, I don't know.
Him and Marcy.
Come on, dude. The back and forth between him and Marcy was awesome. And then she had 2 husbands, and they highlighted that part of it too. And It was just I liked that show again. There was a lot of things that
a lot of shit that don't play today.
It doesn't play today, and you're right. Like, and we'll get to that about this movie too. I mean, you can't do Married with Children today.
No.
You really
no.
can't.
No, you couldn't. No, no shot. No way.
There's a lot of things in that.
Every once in a while, I see a clip and I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, no, definitely
there's no chance in hell.
No shot. No shot.
I mean, again, there was.
that was a whole genre, though.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And that's honestly what sometimes you have to look at whenever you see these movies that are in, like, mid to late 80s to like mid 90s. There's a whole world of shit that was okay. It was accepted. It was, people were like, it's funny. People are like, well, that's kind of rude, but we can overlook it. Now you can't even get anywhere fucking near any of those kind of things. It's like, oh, no, you're getting canceled, or it's not right, or fucking, like, you can't.
It aged poorly.
Yeah, so that show aged poorly.
That aged very, very poorly. Yeah. And unfortunately, because, lucky for Ed O'Neill, he got onto
Modern Family,
which is a great show.
Yeah. He had a very long career after that show.
Right, and luckily he didn't get pigeonholed or stayed in that.
Yes.
Because I feel that some of those other actors that were on that show, I don't think.
Well, I think the worst one was David Faustino. He has the hardest time breaking from that. He really hasn't. I mean, Christina Applegate did. Luckily, she did
other things.
She did other things, movies, and
But even her movies weren't the greatest.
But she did Ron Burgundy. She did both those movies, so she kind of had a little bit of a career with those.
Yeah.
And Katie Sagal, she was on Sons of Anarchy.
She was on Sons of Anarchy, but the reason why
she's on the new Roseanne show.
But the reason, really? Mm. So the reason why she was on Sons of Anarchy, though, is because the writer's her husband.
Right.
But
at least she had that, so she went on that show.
Right,
she was good on that show.
She was, but honestly, like halfway through that show, I was like, all right, can we not see Peggy Bunny naked or it's like some sort of sexual? It was like, all right, dude, like, can you stop writing your wife into these positions? Because I really don't want to watch this anymore.
It's kind of weird.
FX.
Well, it's not even just that it's her, but it's like we know the writers are her. The
writer was her husband.
It's like you're writing your wife into this. Like that's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird.
You know what I mean?
So you're purposely
I'm married. I would never do that to my wife.
So you're purposely writing your wife to have sex with her.
Yeah, I would never do that.
What?
Most husbands don't want their wives doing that on camera. Yeah. Let alone being the one who's writing them to do it. That seems kind of weird.
That was a good show.
That seems kind of weird. So, yeah. There you go.
But, so...
side note. Have you ever seen Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis?
I've seen parts of that, yeah.
Fucking thing. The internet thing is like a little quick, interview show, but it's meant to be super,
yes,
super
I
awkward.
have. Yes.
Have you ever seen the blooper episode?
Yes.
When he's talking to John Hamm about the suit.
No.
Oh my God, he's talking about Don Draper's suit. He's like, Don Draper's suit is like, it's sitting in the Smithsonian, right? Right, it's hanging in the Smithsonian. He's like, yeah. He's like, well, it's quite an honor. He's like, yeah. He's like, it's hanging this, but it's pretty impressive. It's hanging there right next to the Cosby sweaters, right? And John loses it. He fucking loses it.
Oh my God.
He cracks up. He's like, no.
That's rough.
That's real rough.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Right next to the Cosby sweaters.
Right next to Cosby's. Hit it.
Speaking of losing it. All right, are we ready?
We're ready.
All right, let's do it.
And with that, we got budget versus gross.
Let's do it.
He probably already cheated. So.
No, I didn't even see it. I didn't look at it.
Mila, you suck at this game. Let's play.
I really do.
Give me a budget.
Shit. A budget. Let's see. I'm gonna guess for
Mila, pick a fucking horse.
All right, give me a damn minute. Hold on. Shit. Let's
Mila
say
sucks in the eighth.
100K.
100,000?
I don't know. Sure.
Fuck.
What, man? I don't know.
Fucking can't get out of the catering truck for 100K.
I have no clue.
You can't
I
get
deadass don't know. I don't know how much it costs to make a shitty movie.
I don't know how much it makes.
For 100,000.
I don't know how much it costs to make a shitty movie. You picked this fucking movie.
Yeah, I like it. But I don't know.
This might be the last one we let you pick.
It fits in the genre.
Who's left to pick anything? It's just you and Bruno.
I know. Jesus.
No, I love this movie. But
I'm gonna say
I don't know. It just fits in that nestled corner.
125 mil.
Jesus.
What the fuck?
Wow, you overshot the fuck out of this.
Did I?
125 mil?
20 mil.
20 mil.
20 mil.
Jesus.
Look at you, 20 mil. Yeah, Miss 100,000.
Well, there's a lot. But I just there's
Oh
a
wait!
lot of
Oh,
people
I
in
didn't
this
think
movie.
about it. There's a lot of people in that movie.
So we got 20 mil in this.
And a lot
Oh my god, they
There's a
had
lot of
backing.
locations, too.
Oh my god, why didn't I think about that?
Gross.
Oh shit. You go first, Miss.
So the
Dollar.
budget was 20 mil. How much do you think this
You
movie?
go first, Raymond. How much is a car? About $1. How much is an ice cream? How much is a Snickers? About $1.
I don't know. I'm not
$100.
used to this question
You're not used
coming up.
We do this every fucking week.
Yeah, and I forget every time because some of them skew the results, like Superman. So I'm like, I don't know, Chief. I can't remember anymore. I don't have good examples here.
I don't know, Chief.
Told you before, it's a goddamn fucking gallon of knowledge and a shot glass of a brain.
Wait a minute.
Fucking get some
Give me a
spillage.
second. I think they earned 200 mil.
It's not a bad number.
125 mil.
That's a worse number.
Fuck.
But you went over, so if this is the Price is Right, he's closer.
Damn.
183 million. So it
I was
made...
close.
Yeah, I
Well,
know.
it fucking made
I
its
was
money back.
close.
Son of a bitch,
It
yeah.
made its fucking money back, and that's until this day. That's why.
Which is why I got a 2. Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's why it's the highest grossing SNL adaptation.
Yeah.
You know, like none of the other ones. came
We should have
close.
put a list together.
A
of
list?
All the, like a list of all the SNL movies. And
Could've made a
where
month
they're-
of it or something.
Where they're, no, not to
You know what?
no,
Actually,
no,
I take it back.
because
No,
not to
no.
review
Wait,
them all.
wait.
No.
I take it back.
Just
I take
to
it
kind
back.
of rank them
Terrible idea.
in terms of price checking them.
Oh yeah. I mean, we can throw that in there at some point, but
Yeah.
I think the second one was Blues Brothers.
Yeah, really. That makes
that's
sense.
fair. Yeah, that's
But so, and that's put into quotes really the SNL adaptation because that was a character that they did like once in a while. Like that wasn't really a SNL sketch. The Blues Brothers. It was something that Dan Aykroyd and Belushi did. It was like kind of like one-offs. Like, they would just kind of like pop in.
Yeah.
And then they just wanted to, like, that was a big Dan Aykroyd project.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to do it because he was like, this is the shit that I'm into and I just want to do this fucking movie.
Right.
And we're gonna use the Blues Brothers because those, again, are characters that they owned.
Right.
So, you know, and that was a great fucking movie. And honestly, that kind of saddens me that this beat it out. Like, I think that the Blues Brothers was a far better fucking movie. That's probably like my top 10.
Top 10?
Yeah.
Shit.
You have like just movies?
Yeah, movies in general.
Really?
Blues Brothers is like right there, up there in my
Wow.
top 10. That thing was fucking fun as hell. The music in it was great. Listen,
Sorry.
that ain't your genre, that I can dig it. But listen,
no.
fucking Carrie Fisher's in it, so.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah, man, I'm just saying, that Blues Brothers is in my top 10.
Wow.
And that's a bold fucking statement. 'Cause
That is a bold
statement.
That's a bold statement.
Is bold the right word? That's a bold statement.
Interesting. That's intriguing.
Intriguing.
Enlightening.
Enlightening. Lightning. Listen, whatever.
There you go.
That's where I stand.
You know what? You do you. You do you.
At some point, we're gonna have to do that. Like end of the year, we'll have to do like a big like top 10.
Wow.
What is your current top 10?
I've got like a top 5. I don't know if I've got a top 10.
Oh my god! Can you stretch it out? You got till December 31st.
Oh, the thing with me.
Is that just gonna be a podcast
No,
worth?
in my top,
I think we could. I think we absolutely could.
Dude, in my
Or do we
top-
just like list them, go, bam, 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 swing at
And
the
then
end?
why?
I think it was like 2 or 3 fucking movies in my top 5 are fucking Quentin Tarantino movies. So there's that.
That's a couple. I think that's like 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah, like we talked
Maybe
about this
3.
before when we did Reservoir Dogs. Like
Yeah.
Reservoir Dogs is my top 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
Easily
yeah.
all day. Like,
Batman '89 is in mine.
It's not my top 5. That might top 15 maybe.
That's in my top 3.
You know, Batman Beyond? No, wait.
Ha, you're right. Batman
Yeah.
Beyond is pretty
Yeah.
fucking cool.
No.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, the show. I'm
I
talking about
said it's
movies.
in like maybe top 1,000, maybe. Maybe.
She's
Fucking show's going off the rails. Thank God it's almost over. Thank God it's almost over.
Maybe
Think
top,
we're coming
top
up on the hour.
75, maybe.
when I just being an asshole. Batman's pretty fucking cool.
God, somebody clever.
I could.
top 76, maybe.
She sucks.
Oh my God! Somebody hit in the head with a rolling pin.
Roll
Yeah.
of pennies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where we at?
So all right. So let's give the ratings on Rain's World.
Oh, ratings, yes.
Let's start with you.
I'm at a 1.5.
1.5, all right.
I'm at a 1.5 drumsticks.
1.5 drumsticks, is that what we're doing?
Sure.
1.5 drumsticks.
All right.
I'm going to go with 3. I'm giving it a 3.
That's fair. I was actually also going to give it a 3. You know what? It's super fun, but like, yeah, that's, you know what? Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have anything
There's
really
not a lot
bad
of substance to it,
there really
you know,
isn't.
but
but I also
it's
don't
a
have a
good
lot
time.
of bad things to say about it, except for
Yeah.
if I could take Carrere's acting sucks.
yeah.
And that useless stalker.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's
That
that.
too.
Yeah.
Like, it almost, I think that if they did this movie and they took out the love interests,
Yeah.
I think they could have written a little bit better. I think it would have been better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because I just said, like, that thing kind of actually,
It felt a little shoehorned.
it really did.
Like, it just- they
I
just
that's
did
what-
not-
Yeah, I didn't like the
they
love
did
interest.
not go
I liked
together.
the relationship there.
There was
that.
no electric there.
No.
It was like
whatever.
it was like okay, all right.
electric.
I'll take your word for it.
The relationship between Garth and the Dream Woman, I thought was better.
No, oh my god.
No, I thought it was better because here's this kid, this guy who literally, he's like, he lives in a shell. You know, he doesn't want to touch anybody. Doesn't say
Yeah.
much. He sees this girl, he doesn't know what to do, and he just like, and he just freezes. I was like, all right, that's pretty
Yeah.
funny.
No, I
Just
loved
like,
it. I don't know. I loved those scenes. Those are so funny.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, what? You mom me?
Yeah. So I like that better than the forced shoehorned fucking Tia Carrere, Wayne Campbell.
Yeah, that
fucking
did not.
Cassandra. They said her name like 3 different ways. I'm like, fuck me, man. So so
Yeah.
get rid of the love interests, and
Yeah.
I think that this
You
was.
sure 3? You gonna stick to 3?
I'm sticking with 3. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not getting talked off this one. 3 I like.
Yeah, 3's fair.
Get you down to a 1 by the end
I
of
like
this.
it.
No, it was a 3.
2.9. Take it or leave it.
I know, right?
Who's gonna die? Who's gonna 2.9? I got a 2.9. I got a 2.8. I got a 2.8. Sold.
Here, here,
Sold.
here.
Wait, what the fuck just happened?
Just happened. Shit. Sold to the man with no shirt. What happened to my shirt? No, fuck
Why
on.
selling things to people with no shirts?
So, anything else going on in your world of entertainment, watching, viewing, seeing, any news? Any day old news that's probably not useful anymore? There,
Probably not, right? I know, right? No, not for me. I'm just I'm rewatching all the DC. We were talking about. I'm rewatching all the DC animated stuff.
Yes.
That from the Paradox on. So
Yeah.
it was like 15 movies.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I'm
I
doing
just
that
watched
section
Paradox.
right there.
Yeah.
And I'm watching them in order.
Yeah.
So I just finished Teen Titans, the Judas Contract.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm basically like in the middle. I got some anime that I'm watching.
Did you add the New Frontier to your list?
No, so we were talking. I'm gonna watch these 15, right? Because that kind of sets it in place, and then everything outside of that, like they have the one-offs.
Yeah.
And then they start to release like the Elseworld stuff.
Right.
Elseworld.
Elseworlds, yeah.
Oh yeah. So releasing like all the Elseworld stuff. So I'm gonna probably like jump into that
Yeah.
because again, that's the one thing that DC has that Marvel doesn't, and their animation is fucking amazing. Like,
Yeah,
all the
I've
animated
been saying
movies.
that for
that's
like
true.
well over
Oh
a
my
decade.
So
God.
good, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's so
Marvel's
good.
had the live action shit cornered, and the DC has had the animation cornered for a long
so
time.
Good, so good.
Yeah.
Because
like,
Marvel's animation stuff, with the exception of, and What If was good, but I still like
was
the
really
DC
good
better
animation.
than What If?
But like,
No, absolutely. I like the
I-
DC animation even better than the What If stuff, and I have for years.
right.
Yeah.
But I
There's
think
been very few misses on
yeah.
the DC.
No, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree.
Killing Joke was a miss, but other than that,
Ah, it
there's
wasn't
been-
that much of a mess.
it was a miss.
There's a couple weird things that they did. I'm like,
Oh, it was a miss. And it was a miss because it was a short book and they had to stretch it out.
yeah, so they had to add things. They changed things.
Oh, they changed and added shit.
Yeah, which
like the Batman Batgirl love interest.
I don't
no
like that. I didn't fucking
reason.
like that at all.
That was creepy.
It's like, dude, you're
I think we've talked about that
literally.
before, but it was fucking
yeah,
weird.
It's like, dude, you're like literally like 3 times this girl's age. Like you've
Yeah.
literally watched her grow
Yeah.
up. That's Barbara Gordon, my man, and you're No, I'm good.
Yeah, nope.
I'm good.
Nope.
Nope.
It's like dating your niece. It's like
Yeah,
it's
no.
weird. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, not like biologically, but it's kind of like something like as your niece.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's fucking weird.
Yeah, no, the fuck that.
That was weird. So I don't know. They just that does
I
like
I like when he goes back in time and goes into Japan.
Yeah,
That was
that Batman
fucking
Ninja.
Cool. Yeah, the Batman Ninja.
That was fucking cool.
That was fucking cool. I like the
Animation
drawing
was awesome.
style.
It was fucking cool.
That was cool. I
the
like
figures
that.
are cool too.
I saw those.
They're
Yeah.
fucking badass. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Those are
So
two
yeah,
things
the
I like.
animation stuff on DC's been tight. Like I said, there's a couple of misses, but not major misses. You know, you saw the Dark Knight Returns stuff, and they made the two-parter. The Dark Knight Returns, like when they adapted Dark Knight Returns.
No.
Yeah, well, so they adapted Dark Knight
Oh.
Returns, the Frank Miller
Okay.
stuff, and they adapted it into a two-parter, and it was good. The only criticism anybody ever had, and I had the same criticism right off the bat, was there was no inner monologue to the movie, and like a major portion of that book series that really gave depth and gravitas to the books was the inner monologue. You heard Bruce. Like you heard his inner voice. You read his inner voice when he's like,
Right.
this could be a good death. Like this could be him when he's racing the car in the beginning, like shit like that. Like you read his inner. They didn't adapt it and have him do an inner.
I'm lying. I did watch this. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The movie itself was good. I liked it. I did enjoy it. I just think it could have been that much better if they adapted and put the inner monologue in.
I gotta jump on the DC animated train. I don't
It's
think
fucking cool.
I
It's easy
don't
to. It's
think I've
easy
watched
to.
a single one.
Oh, they're fucking awesome.
Just because I don't know, I've got the stigma against like cartoons that I gotta break. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, they can still be
They're-
good.
No, they're good. They're badass.
Yeah.
Public
They-
Enemies is one of my
Because
favorites.
like I'll watch
They're
some
done really
anime,
well.
you
Public
know,
Enemy's
but
my favorite.
I don't know. It's just something about like cartoons that I'm like. I mean, I've watched Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I love that.
I've
loved
rewatched
it.
that a couple times.
I'm looking forward to the new movie. The original movie sucked. The M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong one, that
I'm
one
not-
sucked.
I love the way it
new
looks so
movie
far.
looks good.
But I don't like the fact that the original creators left because of creative differences.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that always makes me feel
I'm like,
risky.
that was kind of the point. So now I'm assuming that they're gonna add a lot of stuff that I'm gonna be like, of course Netflix would,
It doesn't
stop.
need to be there, yeah.
You go like, wow, that was unnecessary. Thanks.
Yeah, you took it away from the original context and
Yeah.
you're putting it. Oh, there's your shoehorning.
And I'm like, I'm
you're shoehorning
expecting that
shit in
now.
there that doesn't
Exactly.
need to be there. Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh, look, it's Wheel of Time. Where's Bruno? So,
I'm like, oh boy, I can't wait to see like gratuitous sex scenes
Or some
and then like
ridiculousness.
wildly gory
or like
scenes
weird
or something,
powers
you know?
that they don't have.
Yeah,
just to
like
make it look
some
fancier.
sketchy stuff going on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're gonna add some dark edge to it that it never had.
That it doesn't need.
That it doesn't need.
The original
You know
story
they're
stuff
gonna
is
add
fine.
that.
Do
Like
you
that's
think
just
they're
what
gonna
they
add
love
Korra
doing.
into it? Is Korra in this one? Because it's really Aang's story, and Korra's later, and we see Aang later.
Probably
later.
last episode they'll go like, and then someone else came along sometime in the future. Maybe
Right.
some like reference to it.
I
at
would
the
like
end,
to see that
but-
happen in a couple of seasons. They're gonna do seasons of it. I'd like to last a couple of seasons, at least do a couple of seasons of Aang, and then run into Korra. To make it
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't want
seasons.
one-
I don't know why
want
I was thinking
one
of it like
season
a-
of Aang and then bang right into Korra.
Ew.
That would be too short.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? I think they need to stretch it out a little bit longer. But that's me.
Yeah.
But
Or at
yeah.
least, knowing Netflix, if they were to introduce Korra, they'd probably do like a spin-off show.
That would be good. I'd be fine with
They
that.
tend to go that route.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
They also tend to cancel shit too early, but that's Netflix.
Cancel good shit too early
Yeah.
and then stretch things that shouldn't have been
Yep,
stretched.
absolutely. So
Netflix way.
we heard that Hugh Jackman's going to be in the blue and yellow for the new Deadpool.
Is it official?
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna be in the blue and yellow.
Boy.
Yeah, he's gonna be in the blue and yellow. I just read that.
I like that.
Oh, he's gonna be in the original
Yeah,
blue and yellow.
I
don't know if I like
I don't
that.
really want to see Hugh Jackman in blue and yellow, but you've been
Come
waiting
on.
this for a
I
long
want to see him in a
time.
fucking Wolverine costume. Yeah.
Okay, but right, but
Yeah, okay.
if I'm picking a Wolverine
You
costume,
know the blue and gold. You know the blue and or yellow, what it is.
I want that. Yeah, I want that like that
Gold
that,
and
that, that
brown.
brown and
You
yellow.
want the
like,
Jim Lee.
Yeah, I
You want the Jim Lee
want the Jim Lee
Yeah.
stuff.
They say it's gonna be closer to the newer Astonishing X-Men.
Okay.
Series.
I mean-
it's gonna be closer to that.
Okay, so
not like the original.
So it's like be the original,
looking,
right? So it could be the original blue and yellow. It's gonna be like the blue gold when they had the two different.
Yeah.
They had the X-Men gold and X-Men blue, like more of like that.
It's more the astonishing X-Men.
Okay, gotcha.
The newer astonishing X-Men. So that's what they said.
yeah.
I mean,
So
look,
there's
I'm an English
apparently, there's a
fan.
lot of people coming into this movie.
Are they gonna give him a mask too and
Yeah,
shit?
yeah, he's gonna have the full-on mask and everything like that. They haven't said if they're gonna cover. They think they might be covering his arms because people were kind of bitching about that because usually his arms are not covered. He just has like the shoulder things. So we'll see what happens there. He doesn't need to cover his arms. It's Hugh Jackman. He can get jacked for it.
Yeah.
99.9% of the time, Wolverine's arms are not covered. So they don't need to. Every once in a while, in some sort of a suit, he'll have it covered. Mostly, it's not. Anywho, I did read today. Who knows? I did read today that Christ, what's her name? Elektra.
Okay.
What's her name? Jennifer Garner.
Yeah.
Is also going to be in it as Elektra. From the original Daredevil and Elektra movie.
No!
Yeah.
Is she really?
She might be a cameo or something. I think she's going to be like a major. I have a feeling this is a multiverse kind of
I want them to bring back
thing that's happening.
Who is
Ben
it again?
Affleck as
I'm blank.
Daredevil?
Yeah, let's
we'll
bring
see.
back Ben Affleck
We'll see.
Daredevil.
Because remember,
he's not Batman
He's not
anymore.
Batman anymore.
Remember, this is Daredevil.
boy.
I mean, this is Deadpool, and he's coming in from the other universes.
Yeah.
So he's gonna come in and he's bringing people because now we have this whole Kang thing. So they have to find a way to fit him into the MCU.
Do
and
we
he's
really?
bringing in, yeah, he has to be because at some point they're gonna get into
Elektra's
the
the
whole
only person to
Kang
save,
dynasty.
really.
And we got to get the X-Men involved. He's going to start bringing in the mutants, and it all has to be tied together at some point because now they've moved back most of their shit. Like everything's been moved back. They've thinned the herd a little bit, and they've moved back all the movies.
They should.
No, they totally did,
yeah.
which is great. It's not all compacted now. They're out to like 2027 with the last Avengers movie, the Secret Wars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think 2026 is Kang Dynasty, then 2027 is Secret Wars. It was all like 2025, 2026. They moved them back a year, which is fine.
Right.
Obviously, the writer's strike, and they're potentially talking about an actor's strike, which is fine, but it may take a little longer, make them better.
Yeah.
But if they give it some time to push a better quality, I would really like that. Channing Tatum is talking about doing like at least a cameo of Gambit.
I don't want him to be Gambit.
I forgot that Channing Tatum was Gambit for a glorious golden minute there.
No, he was supposed to be, and there was always talks of him being the fucking Gambit, and I never saw it. I was like, I don't know.
I don't want to see Channing Tatum as Gambit because I love Gambit's character.
Now, great not that the guy that we got as Gambit
he was horrible.
was fucking horrible. I don't want to see Channing Tatum. First of all, there's nothing about Channing Tatum that makes me go, oh yeah, you look like Remy LeBeau. Get the fuck out of here.
He does not look like Gambit at
all. He doesn't give me those vibes.
We were talking about like Patrick Stewart has always been pictured as he does not.
Channing Tatum was never ever
a Gambit at all.
I just want a really good Gambit. That's all.
That would be nice.
That's all I'd
We'll see what happens,
for.
but there's still plenty of time. But yeah. This Deadpool movie looks like it's shaping up to be quite the.
I hope it's good.
Yeah, I
hope it's not like overhyping. So then you go to see it and you go, okay, that was fine. Like,
Domino's not back in it. The woman who played Domino, she's not coming back for it, unfortunately.
That's a pity. I liked her.
But what was the guy's name? Was it Dave or Ted? What was the guy's name? The guy with no powers. That
I don't know. Something
Steve,
generic.
Whatever the fuck it was. He's back.
He's back.
He's back.
All right, I'm happy about that.
He's back.
We happy.
And I hope Dupinder. I think Dupinder's back in it as well.
He is. So I'm actually looking at the.
He's a staple.
I
love Dupinder.
And so is Blind Al. She's back in it.
I'm looking at the cast.
Fantastic.
I'm fucking shut up.
Hey.
Hey, beat it.
So there. I was kidding. All right, go for it. Floor's yours.
I'm sorry. What happened?
My turn.
So I'm looking at this cast, and so we got Loki.
Oh.
And Mobius, so Owen Wilson.
Wait, for what?
For Deadpool.
So they're tying it to the Loki stuff with the TVA.
Yeah.
So it's literally tying into the whole
so we're getting the TVA,
multiverse stuff,
right?
Ooh.
They have to. It's
I know,
one of
but
the TVA stuff that's pulling off the.
But Halle Berry's gonna be in it.
What?
As Storm.
Wait. For a second, I was like, as Catwoman. Wait a minute.
So is James Marsden and Famke Jensen and Patrick Stewart. And
oh shit! No
so
way.
So it's the fucking X-Men.
It's the X-Men.
It's the original. It's the OG.
Let's go.
So all right.
Oh, this is good news.
And it might just be cameo big moments where there's kind of like,
right.
remember we're going to pull it, oh, look, there's a glow, there's them in that universe over there.
It's a quick little way to let you know that, hey, this is technically kind of sort of part of what we're doing, part of the MCU. Because, I mean, it's part of what, the Legends or something like that? I think that's under that section.
Legends?
Yeah, so if you go into Disney, and if you go into, like, the old X-Men stuff, well, basically it's all the Fox stuff that Disney now owns.
All that old shit,
Yeah, get the fuck out of here with your old shit. Kick your ass.
Kick your ass, Seabass.
Yeah, right?
No, don't worry. I saw a bunch of that shit in theaters, so.
Oh, that's where you did?
Yeah.
Were you one?
I know, I was like...
Oh.
Like the original X-Men?
Oh, that shit?
Like when we first saw Hugh Jackman.
Okay, not in theaters. Okay, Hugh Jackman. No, like some of the X-Men stuff I have.
Placenta on you, for fuck's sake.
Wait a damn minute.
Jesus.
Wait a damn minute. Hold on. No, like I don't know. Maybe I'm talking about the later X-Men stuff, but I watched a bunch of that on Fox as well. Like I watched a ton of that shit anyway.
Yeah, you can watch out now. So I mean, if they just kind of like do that just to remind us, hey, you know, this is kind of all part of the new MCU. You know, just a little. I'm good with. I'm happy. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait for it. I really can't wait for it.
I don't know. A little part of me just doesn't want Marvel, like current day Marvel, to sully X-Men. Because X-Men's like, I don't know, it's been so solitary and it's been like, you know, good sometimes, decent sometimes, really good other times. But like, I'm just afraid that Marvel's gonna like screw it all up. Because before you were like we're all like, oh yeah, this is gonna be so awesome, you know, since Marvel's so good at doing things like that, I'm sure it'll be great. But like ever since after Endgame, I'm like, are we sure we want
really
Marvel touching this?
Hopefully now that they're slowing everything down so that they can give everybody more time to do shit.
That better mean something.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Instead of them sitting on their hands for a little bit more time and going like,
well, I mean,
you know what, what if we do this shit and everybody hates it and we're going to write it anyway?
Hopefully with the strikes and everything, it's going to kind of slow everything down and give them time to rethink and regroup and look at what they're doing because they need to. Because the superhero fatigue is definitely real. Yeah. And they need to slow the shit down and pace it much better to give you a little bit more time to flex in between each, stretch their legs in between each fucking show and each movie. Yeah. You know, because DC's going to, you know, keep going. They're obviously starting up their new shit now. So it's a lot. It's a lot for people to digest at once. You know what I mean? So hopefully they can do that. And which means better quality on the stuff coming forward. Not just the CGI and everything like that, but the stories.
Oh, yeah.
Keep it in plain true to the characters.
Like, literally every single aspect of it needs to be improved.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Anything else?
No.
All right. Secret Invasion. 3 episodes in, with 3 to go.
Is it, are we going to talk about it?
I think we're going to talk about it as a series.
Because if we're not going to talk about it, I'm like,
when it's done, I'd like to do a 1 episode when it's done.
Yeah, we could do that.
How is it so far?
I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it so far.
I'm only 1 episode in.
I've watched the first 3.
I've been busy.
I've been busy. I've really enjoyed it so far. Just a spy movie. Yeah, it's tied to the Marvel stuff.
Is it like a good spy?
It's fun. It is fun. It is really cool. Yeah.
Because that's why I watched Black Widow, was because I wanted spy shit, and I was like, oh, it's just bullshit and bad.
It's just bullshit and bad.
It's just bullshit. There's no spy anything in it.
I've enjoyed it.
So there better be spy shit.
Yeah, there's spy shit.
I want spy shit.
There's spy shit.
Good.
There's definitely spy shit. It's all the Skrull stuff. It's all the Skrull stuff. It's really, I've definitely enjoyed it so far. And the 3 episodes in, we'll see what happens. We'll see if they wrap it all up. Or
how many episodes? 8?
6.
No, I think it's only 6.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if they're going to wrap it all up.
How long are the episodes?
Or an hour. No, not quite an hour, but, you know, they're getting up there. They're
okay.
long enough, yeah.
Because, a lot of shows recently have been
too long, but they don't feel too short either.
Yeah,
I've watched the first 3, and no episode has felt, oh, that's too fucking short. Like, what the hell? I want more. For me, they've been just long enough.
Yeah, like a lot of shows that we've been watching recently have been like, oh, it's only like 30 minutes, and you go, I don't know, Chief. This is pretty dog shit. You should have given yourself more time.
Yeah, no, I've liked the way they've wrapped up the episodes. So I'm kind of glad that this is longer. I've liked the way they've wrapped up each episode so far. So I really don't have anything to complain about in the first 3 episodes. You know,
I'm glad.
I'm not saying it's the best show that's ever come down the Marvel pike, but I've really enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to wrapping up the last 3 episodes and see how they do. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to wrap up or like Larry and I are talking about, they move it into. My guess is they move it into make it part of the bigger picture with the Skrulls because they're, you know, doing the thing. We'll see what happens.
All right.
What?
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
All right. Is that the show?
That's the show.
All right.
I think it might be.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Mila.
Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
You're welcome.
And maybe we'll see you next week, Bruno. Say hello to Delio for us.
Oh,
There it is.
bye, Bruno.
Bye, Bruno.
This goes to you,
guys.
Bruno.
We'll see you later. So we are Entertainment Rants at entertainmentrants.com and online at Entertainment Rants. Drop us a line. Let us know what you thought of Wayne's World. And let us know what you thought of the episode. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Check us out on our YouTube channel and subscribe there. Write us some comments on the episode as well. We'd love to hear from you, and we will respond. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, gang. What are we going to do?
Rant. Let's rant.
Let's rant the fuck out of it.